Now, since the Chinese national holiday yesterday just ended yesterday, now it is finally time to get to see a boost into the deliveries into some of our favorite EV stocks like Nio. I mean, with Nio, it is even much better this month or this quarter, because you'll know that their target is to sell 30,000 deliveries on a month to month. And to see that finally that long holiday or that long week holiday, which we saw starting from the 29th to the 6th of October, finally ended yesterday. It is something that, of course, it's good news to investors or those that are investing onto Nio, because it means now that even the deliveries that we will get to see from Nio, ladies and gents, will seriously improve, especially knowing that chances are very high that they've increased even their production even further, meaning that the kind of deliveries that we'll be seeing even from the NEV insurance registration on a week to week will be much better to the kind of NEV insurance registrations, or are supposed to be better to the kind of NEV insurance registrations we were seeing in the month of September. So I'm very excited, especially going into this coming week. I know well this week chances are Nio has been doing some deliveries there and there, but I would like to not raise my hopes that much, because I know it was a holiday after all, meaning that the deliveries are not supposed to be that high. Even on the NEV insurance registration report that we might get on Tuesday, when that report comes out, I'm not going to raise my hopes high to say that I'm expecting to see big numbers from Nio, but rather I'm going to start counting my eggs from this coming week. But of course, before we dig deep into this video, you already know that this video is just an entertainment video and not a professional financial advice video, and I would appreciate if you can just hit the likes button if you are enjoying, or if you are to enjoy the content that I'm giving you about Nio's recovery officially beginning this coming week. If you are a Nio fan, hit the likes button and subscribe, because on this channel, Nio is one of the stocks that I talk a lot about, because I believe in their fundamentals and their future prospects, and those that are persevering through the, of course, headwinds when you look into the share price are definitely going to be rewarded in the longer term, because from here it looks like things are just meant to even get better from the kind of deliveries we saw Nio delivering of over 55,000 in Q3. So I'm very excited. Hit that likes button, subscribe, hit that notification bell so that at least you get notified every time I drop a new content. So without wasting any more of your time, I'm very happy going to this coming week, because this is the week where we see if really Nio it's on its way to the 30,000 delivery target, which they set for themselves around Q3. Well, I know this month it will be very difficult for Nio to achieve the 30,000 due to the, of course, the Chinese national holiday, which lasted this whole entire week, meaning that the deliveries that even they produce, if they were producing some few deliveries, there won't be that much due to this long holiday that China was going through, which is the national holiday, which happens each and every year. I mean, I did a video last week showing you the kind of deliveries that Nio reported around this week last year, which of course those deliveries were not that good, meaning that chances are very high that even the deliveries you are going to see this year won't be that good due to this holiday. But the good thing is that, ladies and gents, this coming week things are going back to normal. In fact, from today things are going back to normal in terms of deliveries, and we are to expect things to, of course, be better for Nio in terms of deliveries, because like I said, so many of the investors, including myself, we are really eyeing on the kind of deliveries that Nio will not only be producing on a monthly basis but on a weekly basis. We'll be checking those NEV insurance registrations, though they don't reflect the actual deliveries, but they sort of like give us a clue what we can expect. We'll be closely monitoring those deliveries, because we know that even if Nio this month does not get to, of course, that 30,000, but it should at least deliver over 20,000 deliveries. I mean, I know this week was a bad week when you look into deliveries, but at least on a worst case scenario, Nio should be around or close to 25,000 deliveries. It shows they should play around 25,000 deliveries, so that at least we indeed see that Nio is ready, or they've upgraded their, of course, plans to not only produce 30,000, but they are also ready to deliver 30,000 deliveries. One of the good things that I'm liking also about Nio is that regardless of Nio being able to deliver 20,000 deliveries like what we saw in, of course, July, Nio continues to, of course, build more or open more delivery centers, meaning that with more delivery centers being open, it means that Nio can deliver more, of course, vehicles to the consumers, which is something that I think is very important, and it makes me to be really excited each and every month seeing Nio adding more delivery centers to their existing delivery centers, because then that means that Nio is also preparing to deliver more vehicles. So I'm very excited and I look forward to this upcoming week, because I know that deliveries or things will be back to normal, which therefore means that the deliveries that Nio will have to deliver this coming week are supposed to be much better than the kind of deliveries we're seeing for the month of September. Well, I know there are some investors who have been saying that Nio, on the PR side of the business, they need to do a little bit of more work to advertise their cars, and of course I suppose they are right, so that at least you can get more and more sales coming on to Nio. I mean, I've seen a couple of course, screenshots or reports from other EV companies in China who have seen, of course, a very good pre-orders on their vehicles. I mean, Xpeng is one of the, of course, the EV that, of course, when you look into their new model that they are about to start to sell, they are sitting at around 15,000 pre-orders, which is something that is a good figure, which, ladies and gents, when they start selling that vehicle, it means that it will work out very well for them in terms of deliveries, which is the very same thing that we would want to see from Nio, from all or from almost all of their models that they are selling. I mean, in Nio, you know that they are currently selling 8 models, or they have 8 models in the market, which of course there are those models like the ET7, EC7, and the ES7 who are struggling in terms of sales, but hopefully they get to recover, because there are rumors saying that Nio is offering a bit of discount into those models, trying to revive, of course, their sales or their demand, or bringing some more demand into those models. But otherwise, ES8, ET5 Touring, ET5, and of course the ES6 are the models that are bringing some pretty good deliveries, or some pretty good numbers in terms of deliveries onto Nio, which is something that of course I would like to see that happening more onto those vehicles. I mean, with the ES8, you will know that ES8 is the most expensive Nio model, and to get to see it also seeing its deliveries continue to grow, it is something that is good to the Nio stock or Nio company, because that is one of the models that is expected to, of course, improve the gross margin, or the kind of gross margins that we get to see on Nio each and every quarter. I mean, I'm very excited, or I was very excited to see, of course, the ES8 hitting an all-time high when it comes to the weekly, of course, deliveries from Nio, which is something that it's pretty good, and I must say it excites me as a Nio investor, because that is a model that, like I said, it will boost the gross margins of Nio, because it is the most expensive model that we get to see coming from Nio. Otherwise, with all that, guys, I just thought I'd just give you those quick updates. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit the like button, comment, and subscribe. And once you subscribe, don't forget to hit or click that notification bell so that at least you get notified by YouTube every time I drop in new content. Otherwise, that's all from me, and I wish you nothing but the best in your stock market investing journey. And before you buy Nio for the very first time, it is always good that you do your own due diligence, so that at least you don't get to panic sell when you see sharp falls, sharp drops, because this is a company that, ladies and gents, in the stock market right now, sometimes it can go up 10% but drop another, the following day drops 5-8%, which is something that if you don't do your own due diligence, or if you don't know at least some of the things about this Nio stock, you will get to panic sell and regret later when the recovery finally comes onto the stock, because one way or the other the recovery in terms of the share price will have to come, because this is a stock that, even when we look into the PS ratio when comparing to most of the EV stocks, or almost all the EV stocks, it is the stock that, ladies and gents, it has the lowest PE ratio, meaning that chances are very high that Nio, it is currently undervalued when we look into the PS ratio side of the metrics, which is something that of course gives me hope, which is something that of course gives hope to those that are investing for the longer term onto this stock. Our day will come, and I think very soon we'll be seeing a huge recovery into this stock. Otherwise, that's all from me, and God bless you all.